Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I know I have been gone for a little while. I had some very special family events that just happened. And before I went MIA on YouTube, I had to attend a wedding. We had a baby in the family. My brother's girlfriend just gave birth. We have a baby boy. We had a baby shower. So, sum it all up, Mama has been very busy, but don't worry guys, I'm back. And speaking of being a bridesmaid on a wedding, that's what inspired this video. I thought I should create something that would help all the bridesmaids out there. If you are somebody who is just learning makeup and you want to do your makeup on a wedding and you're a bridesmaid, part of the entourage, then this video is for you. The goal of this video is to create a look that is long lasting and kind of a finish that will prevent your face from oiling up, just to have that makeup that requires a very little amount of touch-up, because if you're part of the entourage, you're gonna be busy watching out for the bride, you're gonna pose for all these pictures, and you're just gonna be included in all the events going on the wedding. So this tutorial is for you. I hope you guys like it. Okay, let's begin. First, we're gonna start with Benefit Professional. I only needed a little bit because I'm only going to put that right on my T-zone. Just a little bit here and a little bit on the center of my face where I have a lot of pores and breakup right now. You can see my skin is not being nice to me lately. I don't know, maybe it's a change of weather. For foundation, we're going to use two different finishes, both from Natasha Denona. One is a luminous finish, one is a matte finish. After watching so many YouTube videos, this is a very good tip that I have picked up that have worked really well for me. First, we're going to use the matte finish foundation. I just need one tiny full pump in there. And just apply this right on the T-zone, because if you are someone like me, I tend to oil up here on these areas. So it's better to use a matte foundation, but on a special event, I really don't want to be too matte and like lifeless. So I'm only going to use this right where I know I'm going to oil up eventually at the end of the day. Just blend that with a damp beauty blender. Just pounce, pounce, pounce. Next, we're gonna use the luminous finish. I am on the shade number 4. I think it's natural beige. I don't know, you have to look it up on the site. I think right now this is available at Ulta and it is on sale. I'm not sure if it's still there. I'm gonna check right before this video ends. But this is a very good foundation. I think it's medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up. I'm only gonna put another full pump. The luminous finish will go around my face. This one is really not that dewy, just like not as matte as the matte finish that they have. Okay, yeah, that's where I put foundation on your baby hair. Don't do that. I'm a crappy person today. And again, we're gonna use a damp beauty blender and blend it out. And whatever foundation I have left on the beauty blender, I just go ahead and drag that to the neck. Moving on to concealer, I am gonna use Tarte Shape Tape. I am using light medium just to cover up the dark circles. And then I'm gonna use a different concealer to brighten up. But this product is really full coverage, so you just need a little bit here and a little bit where I have this little pimple. Just kind of spot concealing right now. Then I'm just gonna use the pointy tip of our damp beauty blender and blend that up. Now to brighten up the under eye, I'm gonna use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I'm also gonna do that a little bit on the side of the nose and here. Okay, to contour the face, I am gonna use this Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Contour in shade number 1, Curvy Contour. I used to be so obsessed with contouring my face, but I have slowed down a little bit because I have lost some weight. But back when I was like 15 pounds chubbier, I contour my face every single day. Can you believe that? But now I know that this is a special occasion. I have to contour the face so I will have good pictures. Contouring creates shadows. You don't really want to have that flat face in every picture. I'm just contouring very lightly today. Yeah, this is very lightly. I used to do heavy contouring, cream and powder. But now I'm just gonna do a cream contour stick and then just bronze it up. I'm not gonna do any more powder contouring. Blend this out. Next, before I set the under eye, I'm gonna go ahead and just pounce my beauty blender in one more time just to make sure we don't have any creasing in there. I'm gonna use the RCMA No Color powder for the under eye. Just put a little bit. I tap it on the lid of one of my powders. I'm gonna use a tiny setting brush from Morphe. This is part of the sculpting collection, I think. But I'm gonna look it up for you guys. It's gonna be on the description box after this. So I'm basically just setting the entire center of my face just so we have that nicely tight and sealed makeup in there. Now I'm gonna pick up a lot of the powder and kind of put that here on the side for when I do my eyeshadow. It will be easier to clean up because I have this powder over here that I can just easily brush off. See that? Now I'm gonna pause the camera very quick because I'm gonna do my brows and you guys already know how to do that. You don't need to watch it. Okay. Now that I'm done with the brows, we're gonna move on to the eyeshadows. I'm gonna try to be as close as I can so you guys can see better. I don't have that very much high-end camera yet to film the closest eyeshadow look tutorial that other YouTubers have, but maybe one day. So for now, we'll work with what we have. Anyways, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna use this Morphe 35R eyeshadow palette that I have just recently bought. I only have used it a couple of times. As you expect, it's the same quality as the Morphe 350 palette, but this one, you have the shimmers all on the left side and all your matte colors on the right side. I think after you have this Morphe 35R and the Morphe 350 palette, I don't think you're gonna need any other neutral eyeshadow palette unless you want to buy something with colors. But if you have this and the 350, oh gosh, don't buy any more eyeshadows. You're done, girl. That's all. That's enough. You don't need anything more. I'm gonna tell that to myself. First, we're gonna start with this transition shade, third row from the matte section. I'm just gonna brush this all over my lid and my crease up above the brow bone right here. And I'm using this brush, Morphe Y16, to do that. Slightly brushing that over. Next, we're gonna pick up this color, third from the matte corner. It's like a pinkish brown color. And I'm just gonna brush this all over above the crease. I always want to start up on the corner because that's where I want to build up the most color. So let's see. Now using a dense flat brush, I'm gonna pick up this color, 1, 2, second row from the bottom of the matte shades, this one right here. I'm just gonna lightly build up more of that pinkish brown color starting from the corner. Now I'm gonna go back with this fluffy brush that we used for this pinkish brown color, and just apply that more to diffuse this brown over here. Now using a pencil brush, I'm gonna pick up this darker brown over here to make this outer V more precise. I'm also gonna do that here in the inner corner, and then just diffuse right around. Next, we're gonna pick up this pinkish brown color in the corner of the palette, right on the shimmer rose. This is a shimmer pinkish brown color. We're just gonna put that all over the lid. Normally, I would use a setting spray so I could have a more intense shimmer, but today, since we're gonna be a bridesmaid, we don't want to be too intense because we don't want to steal the spotlight from the bride. So we're just gonna lightly have the shimmer all over the lid, but not like too intense, sparkly, striking, scene stealing shimmer. Okay, now that I see all that shimmer in there, I see we kind of went over the edges, so I'm gonna go back with the pencil brush and pick up this dark pink brown over here. It's like a pink chocolate black brown, and we'll add more to this side just to make it look deeper. Now after we do that, we're gonna get the same brush that we used for this guy here, the lighter pink brown, 1, 2, 3, third row on the matte shade. We're gonna use that, pick up a little bit of the color and kind of just brush it so it looks more diffused and not too edged, and kind of just brush it all over so it doesn't look too sharp on the crease and look more blended. Now to make it a little bit more 3D, we're gonna pick up the next color. I know we used this one right here. We're gonna pick up this guy. I'm just gonna use my middle finger, pick that up and just put it right in the middle, like right where my eyeballs are. I'm still not so happy with that, so we're gonna go a lot more lighter. We're gonna pick up this third shade from the shimmer row, 1, 2, 3. This one right here. I'm so sorry, I don't know the names of this eyeshadows. I don't know, I don't have the box anymore. If the names are there, then I'm so sorry guys. That's why I'm just trying my best to point it out to you from the palette. I'm kind of just patting it in like on a circular motion, right where my eyeballs are. And then I'm gonna use the brush that we used on this dark shimmer pinkish brown over here and kind of just blend out the edges. Now we're gonna move on to the lower lash. We're gonna pick up this third row, the lighter brown that we used all over the crease, and kind of just apply that underneath. Next, I'm gonna pick up the dark brown that we used. Just do that, kind of connect the color over here. Now, as you can see, we kind of went overboard over here, but don't worry. What we're gonna do now is first brush off the excess powder that we have when we set the face, and then we're gonna use a concealer on a small concealer brush. Wait a second. As you can see, we made a little bit of a mess over here, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna sharpen it out using a concealer. Just gonna line it up like that. how sharp that looks. Make sure you blend it out really well on this side. Just gonna go over it again with the damp beauty blender just to pick up any excess product right there. Now I really don't want to do a winged liner for this one, so we're gonna try out and do the blackest black on this palette and just use a brush. I think I'm gonna pick up this almost black color. It's like a dark brown, but it's not black. And just use a very thin defined brush, kind of just line the lash line. Let's start over here. Okay, we're almost done, guys. Now we're gonna go back to the face before we finish up the eyes. First, I'm gonna set the entire face using the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm just gonna swirl this giant Morphe brush. Oh my gosh. This brush is so big, you can literally just go psh, 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 done. Like I said, I'm not gonna use a powder contour anymore. I'm just gonna bronze up the face using this. My palette is so dirty right now, please don't get mad. Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle from Tarte. Camera, can you focus? This is like a highlight and bronzer duo. I'm gonna use this bronzer just to kind of give some color to the face. I'm using this angled brush from Morphe. I used to be so obsessed with contouring because I gained so much weight. I think after getting married, I gained about 20 pounds. And that was so sad. My face was so round. So all I did was use makeup to make myself feel a little bit better. Contour my face. Make myself believe that I'm actually thinner than what I actually is. But that's okay, you know. Makeup, there's no rules. You do you. But now that I have lost a little bit of it, I'm still working on it. I want to lose some more pounds because I am going to wear a bikini on our next trip. So I'm working hard to lose that weight. Next, I'm just going to do a little bit of contouring on the side of the nose. I'm just going to use my ring finger, get a little bit of that bronzer and kind of just line up here on the side of my nose. And don't worry, it may look too harsh, but I'm going to blend that out. Don't worry, don't judge right away. It's okay, we'll be fine. I know that's too sharp. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Now, if this ever happens to you, all you have to do is using a dry beauty blender, and I am just gonna blend that out. See that? I am gonna use this one from Tarte, Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Genius. Can you see, camera? I'm gonna use this blush brush from Morphe, just right on the apples of my cheeks. Okay, now before I finish up everything, I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair first, and I'm gonna put on some lashes, highlighter, and then we're gonna finish up with the lipstick. Hi guys, I'm back. I am now on my rollers. So we're gonna finish up with the makeup while we are setting the hair. What we want to do is put the lashes on. I am using Ardell Demi Wispies, but lately I have been loving the Ardell Double Wispies. A little bit more expensive than this, guys, but they're a lot fuller and they are very beautiful once put on the eyes. But Demi Wispies is still my all-time favorite. It's just that those ones are really good too. You gotta wait a little bit and let the glue dry. Then put it on. Some people are more comfortable using tweezers to put on lashes. I am not. I feel like I am gonna poke my eyeballs with that thing. I have tried it, so I would rather use my fingers to put on lashes. The Demi Wispies look really natural. They don't look too fake. and they are not that expensive. They are very affordable. There we go. I'm just gonna wait till that dries. I love how I don't have a really black sharp wing today, but the eyeshadow kind of created that wing effect. Look at my lash glue. It has been worn out, beaten up. I have a new one in the backup right now, but this is a really good eyelash glue if you're looking for one right now. This is the Duo Brush On Adhesive with Vitamins. Let's see about that. Now time for some highlight. I am gonna use this little guy, Morphe Y10 for highlight. And I'm gonna use this other one from the Tarte, Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle. Let's put a little bit on the high points of the cheeks right here. We're gonna put on some mascara. I am using this one from Marc Jacobs. Now the time it took me to put the lashes on, apply some mascara on the upper lash and lower lash, is all the time I need to set this hair. Now I'm gonna let it go, put some hairspray, and then I'm gonna be back for lipstick. It is from Remington. It's a giant big box that contains all the hot rollers. It comes in different sizes. They have this big one, they have a medium size curl, and then they have a small one. This is, I think, their pearl collection. I also have the iron, the thick one and the thinner one, but I don't think they're still available because I bought this years and years ago. I don't remember, but this is one of the greatest investment I have ever bought. It takes so little time to set the hair, especially when you're rushing, and you can do something else while it's setting instead of having to do the one that you actually have to do it full time. I mean, you can't do your makeup while curling your hair using a wand, right? So hot rollers, guys, one of the greatest things ever invented in this world. So anyway, I'll be back. I'm just gonna let this hair go, put some hairspray, and put my lipstick on. See you in a little bit. So now my hair is done. This is the loose curls that I have created from the hot curl, these are the loose curls that I have created from the hot curlers. And I also pop on some colored contact lenses, and I did a little bit of highlight here in the inner corners. And now we're gonna move on to the lips. I am gonna use this mini lipsticks that I bought from Marc Jacobs last year on their December collection. I'm gonna use the shade No Angel and Lamarck. At first, when I tried those two colors, I didn't like it like separately. When I first put on Lamarck, I'm like, it's too pink for me. I'm gonna show you the color. For some people this may work, but for me this is not my color. I don't like it itself. But then watch, when I put No Angel, the shade No Angel, on top of it, this is a very nude color. This itself I don't like too, but this together is the perfect shade for me. Voila! thank you for watching. Again, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you know anybody that would probably benefit from this tutorial, please don't forget to share. And if you're not a member of my small family yet, please don't forget to subscribe. I have missed you all, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time. Bye.